Fluent Flow podcast. New videos every day. Let's learn English together.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is the show where we really try to cut through all the noise, look closely at our sources, and pull out those really essential pieces of knowledge for you.
That's right.
Today, we're jumping into a deep dive that's maybe a little different, a bit unconventional, you could say, but I think it might be one of the more profoundly insightful ones we've tackled.
I agree. It's quite interesting. Our source material today, it actually comes from, well, a perhaps unexpected place, a podcast called the Fluent Flow podcast.
Okay.
Specifically, we looked at their episode 43. It's titled Easy Ways to Enjoy Your Own Company. And what's really fascinating, and why we chose it, is that this podcast is specifically designed for beginners learning English. So
yeah.
It communicates really clearly, quite slowly, and focuses on everyday, relatable topics, nothing too complex language-wise.
And that's exactly why it grabbed our attention, isn't it? Our mission here for this deep dive is to explore the core wisdom, the practical advice that's packed into this Fluent Flow episode, all about connecting with yourself. Because, even though it's made for language learners, the message itself about self-care, about finding quiet time, reflecting, just being okay with who you are, that's universal, it really cuts across language, across culture, don't you think?
Absolutely. It speaks to everyone.
So the question for us is, what can a source that's designed for, let's say, basic comprehension, teach us about something as fundamental, as deep as self-worth and inner peace? Let's unpack this.
Okay.
So to kick things off, how does this Fluent Flow source actually define enjoying your own company? It sounds simple, but I feel like people often misunderstand it.
Yeah, they really do. And the source clarifies it, I think, quite beautifully. It explains that enjoying your own company means you feel genuinely good. You feel calm, relaxed, even happy when you're by yourself.
Okay, so it's an active, positive feeling.
Exactly. And crucially, they emphasize this isn't the same as being bored or feeling lonely when you're alone. Those are different things.
Yep.
This is about cultivating a sort of peaceful, positive state in solitude.
Right.
It really pushes back against that common idea that being alone automatically means you're isolated or sad.
That distinction feels so important. It's not about the lack of other people, but the positive presence you cultivate with yourself.
Precisely.
So why is this idea, as they present it, why is it so important for anyone, really, not just someone learning English?
Well, Fluent Flow makes a really compelling case for it. They explain that developing this ability, this capacity to enjoy your own company, it lets you genuinely take care of your mind.
Take care of your mind. How so?
It helps you think more clearly, for one. It gives your mind that essential rest it needs away from constant input. And it creates the space you need for personal growth, for reflection.
That makes sense. Less noise, more clarity.
Exactly. And the powerful insight here, I think, is that we don't always need all that external stuff, the noise, the constant interaction to feel fulfilled or okay. Sometimes, really, the most enriching connection is the one you make just with yourself. It's almost like a quiet act of rebellion against the constant buzz of modern life.
Sometimes you just need yourself. I like that. It feels profound, especially when everything seems to push us towards being connected, being busy all the time.
It really does.
So it makes me wonder then, how do we actually do this? You mentioned the Fluent Flow episode offers practical steps. 7 simple ways, I think.
Yes, 7 very simple, very accessible ideas.
Okay, let's hear them. What's the first one? What stands out?
All right, the first one is maybe the simplest. Go for a walk by yourself.
Okay, just walk.
Just walk. But the advice is key. Walk slowly. Really pay attention to what's around you. Look at the trees, notice the sky, feel the air on your skin, actually listen to the sound of your own footsteps.
So it's about being present.
Very much so. And crucially, they advise leaving your phone behind. No music, no podcasts for this walk. Just peace, unburdened peace. It's really a practice in, sensory mindfulness, letting your mind quiet down by just focusing on the physical world right here, right now. And they suggest a little affirmation, too, just to think, I enjoy walking by myself.
That's interesting. Grounding the experience with a thought. That simplicity, just being present without the usual distractions, it feels almost radical today.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Do you think that's the biggest hurdle for people?
Yeah.
Trying to disconnect like that for these solo activities?
I think it definitely can be a major barrier. We're so used to filling every quiet moment, which leads nicely into the second idea, actually.
Okay, what's number 2?
Number 2 is to drink tea or coffee slowly.
Ah, the mindful cuppa.
Exactly. It's not just about grabbing caffeine, it's about the ritual. Making a warm drink, finding a quiet spot if you can, sitting down, taking a breath, and then really savoring it. The taste, the warmth. It's framed as this peaceful, quiet moment, like a little micro meditation you can build into almost any day.
I like that. Micro meditation.
Yeah. And again, there's a suggested phrase, I enjoy quiet tea time alone. Just reinforcing it as this small but genuinely helpful act of self-care.
It's a lovely way to carve out a quiet moment, isn't it? It's funny how these really simple things, the ones that don't need an app or any fancy equipment, are often the hardest ones to actually make time for.
It's true. We often overlook the power in simplicity.
So what's number 3 on their list?
Number 3 is write in a journal.
Okay, journaling. That can feel a bit intimidating for some people, staring at a blank page.
Right. But Fluent Flow makes it incredibly accessible. They say, don't worry about writing pages, just write one sentence.
One sentence.
Just one. About your day, how you felt, maybe what you did, something you learned. They give examples like, today I felt calm, or today I listened to English, or even just, today I smiled.
Wow, okay. That really lowers the barrier.
Exactly. It takes away that pressure, makes introspection feel manageable, even if you're tired or overwhelmed. And they point out it helps your mind rest, and it builds that self-awareness muscle. The phrase for this one is, I enjoy writing in my notebook.
Just one sentence. That makes it feel achievable for absolutely anyone, doesn't matter how confident you are with writing. It's about the consistency, maybe not the volume.
Precisely. It's about the small, regular act of checking in with yourself.
Okay, that's 3. What's the 4th suggestion?
The 4th point is to listen to calm music or a podcast.
Okay, so sometimes external sound is okay.
Yes, but curated sound. The instruction is specific. Put on headphones, sit or maybe lie down, close your eyes, and just listen. Focus on the listening.
Right.
They explicitly mention calm music or even, interestingly, English podcasts as something that can help relaxation.
So people could be listening to us right now as part of their quiet time.
Potentially, yes. The idea is that sometimes a carefully chosen external soundscape can actually help quiet down your own internal chatter. It offers a different kind of calm, a focal point.
That makes sense.
And the phrases they suggest are things like, I feel peaceful when I listen, and I enjoy quiet listening time.
I like that. Using sound intentionally for peace. Okay, number 5.
Number 5 is beautifully simple. Light a candle and breathe. Just that. Light a candle, sit comfortably, maybe watch the flame flicker, and just consciously breathe in and out, slowly.
It sounds very centering.
It does. It's described as a quiet, peaceful moment. Simple, yes, but potentially quite powerful. The candle flame gives you a soft, gentle point to focus your attention, kind of like an anchor for your breath.
Yeah, I can see that.
The suggested phrase is, I enjoy quiet time with the candle.
Simple, powerful. I've always found that visual focus on a flame can be surprisingly calming. Okay, 6th idea.
Number 6 moves into the kitchen slightly. Cook something small.
Oh, interesting. Not a big elaborate meal.
No, definitely not. The emphasis is on simple, easy, maybe something warm. And the focus isn't on becoming a gourmet chef, it's on the experience of cooking.
How so?
It's about enjoying the process, noticing the colors of the ingredients, the smells as it cooks, and then, of course, savoring the taste. It's highlighted as a relaxing activity because you're doing something tangible, something creative, and it's just for you, for your own nourishment.
That feels like a very direct act of self-care.
It really is a simple way to show yourself some kindness, and the phrase they offer is, I like cooking simple food for me.
I like that. It's about the process, the nurturing aspect. Okay, and the final one, number 7.
Finally, number 7 is, learn something new just for fun.
Just for fun.
Yes, that's the crucial part. Absolutely no pressure. Purely for enjoyment. It's not about career goals or self-improvement in a stressful way.
Okay, like what kind of things?
Well, since the source is for English learners, their examples are things like watching an English video you find interesting, reading a short story in English, or maybe learning just 3 new English words.
Ah, right. Low-stakes learning.
Exactly. It's about engaging your mind in a way that feels pleasurable and curiosity-driven, not demanding. It fosters that sense of quiet accomplishment.
That makes sense.
And the phrases here reflect that. I enjoy learning English by myself, and I feel proud of my quiet study time. But obviously, you could adapt this to learning anything you find interesting, just for the joy of it.
Wow. Okay, those are the 7. Going for a walk, slow tea, one-sentence journal, calm listening, candle breathing, simple cooking, and fun learning. They really are incredibly simple, aren't they? And so accessible.
They really are.
What strikes me most looking at that list is just how uncomplicated it all is. You know, the world is constantly pushing these elaborate self-improvement programs, complex wellness routines. Fluent Flow just strips it right back. Is that maybe the real genius here? That the path to finding some inner calm doesn't actually require a guru or an expensive retreat, but maybe just a mindfully sipped cup of tea or a quiet walk.
I think that's a fantastic observation. It really does seem to be the core insight. And it leads us perfectly into the broader why of it all. Why is spending time alone, using these kinds of low-barrier habits, why is it actually so beneficial in the bigger picture? What does Fluent Flow say beyond just the how?
Yes, let's talk about that bigger picture. Beyond just feeling a bit calmer in the moment, what are the wider benefits of actually cultivating this solo time, according to the Fluent Flow episode? How does this, relatively simple language learning podcast arrive at such potentially profound conclusions?
Well, connecting all these simple actions to the bigger picture, the podcast really emphasizes that consistently spending this kind of quiet time alone is fundamentally good for your mind.
Good for your mind.
Yeah.
We touched on clarity and rest earlier.
Yes, but it goes deeper. They suggest it fosters not just calm, but also a deeper self-knowledge. You actually get to know yourself better without all the external noise. And that, in turn, supports sustained personal growth.
Getting to know yourself.
Yeah. And it does this by directly challenging that pervasive societal script, the one that often equates our worth with how busy we are or how many social connections we maintain.
Right. The busy is best mantra.
Exactly. Fluent Flow highlights that you don't need to be constantly surrounded by people or perpetually doing productive things to feel fulfilled or valuable.
That really is a counterintuitive thought for so many of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
So especially maybe with social media constantly showing curated lives and busy schedules often being worn like a badge of honor.
It absolutely is.
The idea they present that you don't need to be busy all the time, you don't need people all the time, it just lands as quite radical, even though it sounds so simple.
It really does cut through a lot of modern pressure, and perhaps the most powerful message that comes out of the source, one they repeat for emphasis, is simply this: you are enough. And they present it not just as a nice saying, not just a feel-good platitude. The podcast really connects it back to the practices. It argues that by valuing your quiet time, by intentionally developing these simple habits we've discussed, you actually become stronger internally. You become happier, more peaceful.
So it's about building internal resilience.
Precisely. Building that sense of self-acceptance and inner strength rather than constantly seeking validation from outside sources. And again, they offer phrases for listeners to internalize, to really absorb this idea. I enjoy my own company. I feel calm when I'm alone, and I can learn and grow with peace.
I can learn and grow with peace.
Yeah. It's quite a profound statement, especially considering it's coming from a podcast designed primarily for language acquisition.
You are enough. That's beautiful, simple, yet incredibly profound. And it feels like it perfectly encapsulates this whole deep dive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This core idea that cultivating quiet time, enjoying your own company, isn't some kind of optional luxury. It's actually a vital, accessible part of just being well, of personal growth. And it's available to absolutely everyone.
Absolutely. I think the real value here is understanding that and seeing how easily these kinds of practices can be woven into daily life. It really transcends the original context of learning English.
Yeah.
It offers a kind of gentle roadmap for anyone trying to navigate the noise and pressures of modern living. It encourages all of us, really, to explore what being enough actually means for us individually on our own terms.
Our own terms. That's perfectly put. So for you listening right now, maybe just take a moment to consider, which one of these 7 simple ways might you try this week? Just one.
To cultivate a little bit of your own quiet, meaningful time.
Perhaps it really is just that slow walk, no phone. Or maybe just writing that single sentence in a notebook tonight. Whatever you choose, however you do it, we hope this conversation reminds you of the profound yet beautifully simple power that can be found just in being with yourself.
Well said.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the art, the very simple art of enjoying your own company. We genuinely hope it sparked something for you, maybe inspired you to find your own small moments of calm and strength this week.
Yeah.
Join us next time on The Deep Dive for another insightful exploration.